Hey, this is Joe of the Two Shots Podcast, and what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to actually start interviewing Spurs fans, throughout the Alamo City. So our first interview here, our showcase spotlight on interviewing Spurs fans. We're going to start with Gil Rodriguez. You might know him on social media as Gil the Thrill. I believe you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, and you're on Instagram, right?
Yeah, man, that's right. Yeah, Gil the Thrill on Twitter and Instagram. Well, I got to fix it, but I'll be going back to that.
Yeah, and if y'all never followed Gil, he's a good follow on social media. He likes to have a good time, always frequenting some of the hot spots here in the Alamo City, out in the Southtown area, and always gets in these cool party scenes, man. You're always doing stuff all around town. You're like quite the socialite, Gil.
Man, I appreciate that. No, I hate being at home. I'm at home. I get bored. I want to be out socializing, meeting people. I just like to have a good time.
Yeah, you can tell, man, all by your pictures and your social media posts, man. It's like you're a dude I can hang out with and just drink some beers and, just have a good time with, man. So, yeah, definitely y'all need to follow him. But, the real reason that you're here, man, is we want to know what makes Gil tick. You've been a Spurs fan for, I'm sure, most of your life?
Pretty much, all my life. You're kind of born into it. Same thing as here in San Antonio, you have a lot of Cowboys fans. You're born into it. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's for sure. I say that, I've been a Spurs fan all my life. I said, basically, I came out of the womb already dressed in silver and black. I didn't have a choice, but I chose to remain a fan, I'm sure, just as you did. So why don't you tell us, a little bit about your experiences as a Spurs fan. We really want to know, like, growing up, what were some of the memories that you had with family, maybe, watching Spurs games or even going to Spurs games as a kid. Can you share something like that with us?
Well, I do have a lot of memories. Well, one of the big ones was when Montel Jordan first came out with that "This Is How We Do It," the Spurs version of "This Is How We Do It." I remember hearing that, and I was like, man, I thought it was like the coolest thing. But as far as memories, I had a lot of memories at the Dome. Of course, I wasn't there for the Memorial Day Miracle, but I remember where I was and how I felt when Sean Elliott hit that three. Man, there's so many.
You remember the first championship, no doubt, right?
Yeah, I was in my living room. I was going at the Foya Middle School. I was in my living room. I was I want to say 8th grade, and I had one of those little basketball hoops on my door.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was watching the game on myself. I was there at home, and every time the Spurs would make a basket, I was shooting it up in the hoop. And then I just remember when they won on my big ass Zenith television, those big old wood ones. And I was like, man, that was an incredible moment.
Yeah, I remember those big TVs too, man. That was an incredible moment. Those big TVs had that wood veneer or something, right, all over it.
Oh, man.
Hey, man.
So glad I don't have to move those or pick those up or have to deal with those.
You ain't lived until you had to pick up one of those monsters, man. Those things weighed a lot, so kudos to you, Gil. You were strong, dude. Hey, let's go ahead and do this, man. Why don't you let us know, like, what's your earliest memory that you can remember when the Spurs won a championship, where you were able, actually able to get out in the streets and be out there with the fan base, and drive around?
I wasn't.
Never did?
I wasn't. No, not until it wasn't until the 2003 championship where I was actually able to go out downtown and go honking. And I got into some trouble with my girlfriend at the time for crazy reasons.
That's another show.
I don't know if it'd be appropriate to say on the podcast, but it does have to do with the Spurs.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Is it clean? Is it clean or is it bad, man?
We could always edit it out if you want.
Yeah, well, go ahead and do your thing, man. I'll edit it out, man.
No. So I got my friends. They dragged me to go, downtown honking, we're all having a good time, and I was a very innocent kid in high school. I never did anything bad, but
Yeah.
my girlfriend at the time, we all, our group of friends went, and they said, "Hey, man, you hold the camcorder. We're gonna go downtown. You hold it." And I was like, "All right, cool." So while I'm recording this, everyone's just having a good time. Go Spurs, go! It's 2003. A group of these San Antonio hood rats decided to flash me while I was recording. I didn't ask for it; it just kind of happened, and I remember getting in trouble because it seemed like my girl at the time was very upset with that, and I had no control over it. Hey baby, the Spurs won. There's nothing I can do about it. So yeah, that was another one of my memories from '03.
Yeah, that's a good one though, man. I mean, that happened to almost everybody that was out and about celebrating a Spurs championship win. And especially if you went downtown or you were up and down Military Drive, it's bound to happen. You ain't got no control over it. Everybody's just
Yeah.
having fun, having a good time. So you were just an innocent bystander.
Hey, yeah, that's all I was.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't you let us know, like, what's your favorite piece of Spurs swag that you like to, sport out and around town, when you're at a game or you're watching a game? Because there, you know how Spurs fans are, like you want to announce that you arrived, so you got to have a little swag with
Oh
you,
yeah,
What do you
yeah.
wear,
No,
man?
no doubt, no doubt. No, man. I usually go with my. I picked up a couple years ago. I picked up a teal old school Spurs jacket with the old Spurs logo. It's like a full teal starter jacket, and when you button it up, it has the full logo on your chest. It's actually a picture on my Twitter, like my avatar. That's the one I have on. And then of course I gotta go with the matching hat and some J's to
Oh,
to
nice.
complement it.
What kind
But
of
I
J's
would
we
say
talking about, Gil? What kind of J's we talking about?
I'm gonna go with the 11s, man.
All
The
right.
Concords. Yeah, those are probably my favorite. I try not to wear them too much.
Yeah, you don't want to get the crease in them,
But
man.
yeah,
You can't crease them.
nah, not at all.
You crease them, they ain't
Um,
good no more, man. You got to sell them on eBay.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I would say that, and then I even got I try to get a lot of Mitchell and Ness stuff, just because I like the stuff they put out. They got a ton of dope stuff.
You like
I
that
have a
retro? You like that retro gear, is what you're saying?
I do,
Yeah.
and the reason why is because that brings a lot of good memories back to me. And as a kid, um, honestly, like I love those colors. Back when they had the dome, they had the Alamo Dome written right there on the baseline in the pink, the black and pink. I was always a fan of it. I don't know why,
That court was
but
fire, dude. That court was fire, man.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, but I do have. I would say that, and then well, like stuff like this. Like I got my I don't know if you could see it. It's a shirt I got with DeMar DeRozan and Coach Pop.
Oh, okay.
Um,
No, I can't see
there's
it, but
yeah.
you can describe it, man.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. It's there's a guy on Twitter. Give him a follow. He makes really dope shirts. It's at HD Shirts. He does a lot of basketball type stuff, and he's I guess you could say he's kind of a Spurs fan because he has a lot of Spurs shirts that he makes. But I just try to. I always want to look good when I go to the games. And I like to make an impression, and also like, you look good, you feel good. So, and also hopefully the Spurs will win if I'm looking good.
If you're looking fly, it's gonna be a good time, right? That's what it's all about.
Pretty much, pretty much. And then you get the fun people around you.
Yeah.
People want to hang out with you. So I like to have a good time. People come up, want to buy me a shot or drink or something, talk some sports, talk some Spurs. I'm all about that.
Well, let me ask you a question. Because you're quite the socialite, man. You're all over the place. Like you said, you don't like staying at home. You like going out and having fun, mingling with the people, and drinking. When you're out with your lady and stuff.
But
Where's
but responsibly
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
But
responsibly.
responsibly.
Man, I ain't saying you're out there getting trashed, dude. I mean, you're probably getting an
No, no, I
Uber or
know.
Lyft. You know what
I'm
I
just
mean?
saying. I'm just saying for all the listeners out there.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Drink responsibly. In other words, you're gonna have fun, but make sure you take a Lyft or an Uber home. It ain't worth that
That's
trip to
right.
jail, man. So come on now. But when you're out and about with your lady, dude, and you're watching the Spurs games, where's your favorite spot? Or
Yeah.
name some of your favorite spots you like to hang out in. Like you really enjoy watching the game there because of the atmosphere. It could be the crowd. Maybe some places that we as listeners, and fans here haven't heard of before. So let us have it, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't like to go to crowded places,
yeah.
just because I can't hear the announcers. I like to hear the action. So a lot of the times I'll just go to like a dive bar, and they'll just they'll have the volume on. There's a spot right here on West Avenue, and Jackson Keller, the Martini Ranch during
Oh,
Spurs
okay.
games. A good buddy of mine, actually, he's taking over as far as you know how they're running it, and he's a big sports guy. So I'm sure when the season starts, he's going to have his own thing going there, as far as like having people show up. And but yeah, I usually just like to watch the game and make sure that I can hear the audio, because if I can't hear the audio, I'm like, okay, well, no one likes to hear that stuff on mute, man. Like it's kind of annoying. And then you got to hear, you got to hear the people in the background, and it's just, yeah, that's why I can't go to like a uh, what's the name of that one off of 1604, and where they have the turtle races. You know what I'm talking about?
Is that Hillsdale's over there?
No, I've never been to Hills and Dells, but I've heard good things about that place. Now I was talking about the what is it called? Um, I can't even think. There's one in the medical center, and there's one on 1604.
Oh, Little Woodrow's.
Little Woodrow's,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Little Woodrow's. Yeah, it takes forever to get a drink there during Spurs games, and then it's super loud, and then you really don't get a lot of real fans. It's just people that are just there. Another spot that I do like to go to watch the games. You can't go wrong with Slackers. Slackers always has a pretty good crowd,
And they got a
and they
lot
have
of retro games upstairs too, man.
yeah, they do, and they'll keep the audio on, for
Yeah.
people. Um, I've always, and then there's another place that gets really crazy during the playoffs. I know it's a little far ahead, but it's called what is it called? Home Plate on Bandera Road.
Oh yeah.
That place gets nuts during the playoffs. It is a beer bar, so I want to say they don't have liquor, but you could bring your own bottle. I remember I watched the 2014 championship game there, and when we won, I had a bottle of champagne on ice.
Damn. Well, tell us, what
Yeah.
kind of champagne was it, man?
It was just It was just some brute. I don't even know. It was like a cheap champagne. It
Oh,
was not.
okay.
It was no. Yeah, it was nothing crazy.
I thought you were gonna be
But I
rocking
had.
the Cristal or something, dude.
Oh no, man, I'm not. I'm not Jay-Z.
Like, damn, Gil's a big baller,
But
dude.
yeah, no, I wish, man. Hey, maybe this year. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. Hey,
But
man, if they do win one, if they win a chip this year, that would be something, man.
oh man, I'd be so happy if they did.
Hey, let
Yeah,
me
just
ask
because
you.
there's a lot of people just yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people, man. But let's do this, man, because you've seen them all over town, dude. You've seen all these Spurs murals scattered all over the place. You've seen Rudy
Yeah.
Seafood. They just added Marco Beninelli. They had Rudy Gay up there as well. They added him to the
Uh-huh.
Wall of Fame. So out of all these places that you see around town, and they have a bunch of great artists here in the local community doing their thing. What's your favorite Spurs mural out there, or can you just name one that really stood out at you? Like what's your preference?
I honestly, I think whatever Nick Soup does,
Oh
whatever
yeah,
he touches is gold. Is gold, man. That guy, any mural that he puts up is incredible. His work, I think he's even done work inside the AT&T Center, if I'm not mistaken.
oh yeah,
They got him doing murals inside, but anything that he does is fire. But there is one that I really like. I think there's I think I just saw a Tim Duncan one recently on social media. I didn't get to actually go see it yet. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the one over there by Frankie Diablos.
oh yeah. Yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so they had the Kawhi one, and then they painted over it. And I think did they put up a Tim Duncan one there? I don't even know.
I believe
Is
they
that where it's
did.
at?
Yeah, they have the Tim
Okay.
Duncan one up there because they did take down the fake number 2 in Kawhi Leonard, so they had to put something else up there, some better, some
Yeah,
better.
yeah. So yeah, having coach Timmy up there, that one's those are always.
Those are always cool, man.
No, sorry, I got to call. Those
Yeah.
are always good.
Hey, that's one thing I was gonna ask you about. Since we're gonna kind of start segueing into near the end of this interview with you. What do you think, man? They have Coach Timmy, man, Tim Duncan, coming back with the team this upcoming season, and he's going to be a
Yeah.
coach. There on the sidelines alongside Greg Popovich and helping out the team, and they'll be right next to Becky Hammond and bringing that knowledge that he has. Are you excited about that, man? How did you feel when you found out he was going to be coming back?
I was really excited for a lot of reasons, but I think it's really going to help the guys in the locker room a lot, just having that veteran presence. You know, Tim Duncan, future Hall of Famer, in the locker room, helping all the young guys that you have, being the good cop, bad cop to Coach Pop. I think that's going to be a big thing, because he was always that one guy that would be able to calm Coach Pop down,
Yeah.
and you would see it numerous times. But I'm just excited to see what he brings as far as his knowledge of the game and how he's going to interact with all these guys, and he's definitely going to put some butts in the seats. Even though he's not going to be playing, but people are going to want to be in the building if Tim Duncan's in the building. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna be screaming, Timmy, TD21. The goat is back, So that's a good thing for
Yeah,
everybody.
we love the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Tim Duncan.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Timmy. It. And I was saying, it would be something, Gil, if we had someday we had Manu join the coaching staff, and then we had Tony Parker join the coaching staff. So essentially, the big three would come back, and they would all be assistant coaches. That would be something, man. I think that would fill a lot of seats at the AT&T Center, seeing the big three together again as assistant coaches. I mean, what do you think?
That would be insane. I could see. I was hoping Manu would have jumped on board after Timmy, decided to start coaching. I don't see Tony Parker doing it just because I know he's got his own thing. Isn't he like a owner of a French team or something?
Yeah, over in the EuroLeague.
I don't know.
Yeah, he owns.
Yeah,
a team
and then I think he's doing the consulting thing too for players. So I don't see him as a coach, but I could definitely see Manu doing it in the future, just because he has that that presence of knowing the game, and but also going back to when he was playing, he would write up a lot of plays. He would draw up a lot of plays. Excuse me. But yeah, I mean, I could see him doing it more than Tony. But having all three of them there would be awesome. But I'd rather I think realistically, I think it's Timmy and Manu coaching would probably be more realistic.
Yeah, that would be something though. Have Timmy and Manu coaching. I would love to see that, and I'm sure everyone else would love to see it as well. Speaking of that, loving to see something, man.
I would love to see Manu.
Go ahead.
I would love to see Manu take over for Pop. Okay. I think that would blow a lot of people's minds, and I think that would, because I think we're all kind of wondering like what's going to happen when Pop leaves, and who are we going to trust the organization with, the team with, and I think Manu would be a great fit, even though he has no coaching experience. I don't really think he's one of those guys where I don't think you really need it, but I think that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And talking about this upcoming season, we're gonna finally see Dante Murray out there on the court, which we sorely missed last season. But he's gonna be playing alongside, Derek White potentially. You have this starting five, and you have potentially one of the better backcourts in the NBA with DeJounte and Derek White. So given that, I mean, what was your expectation of DeJounte coming back, this upcoming season. How do you think he's going to impact the team? What are you really looking for out of him?
Oh man, I'm so excited for Dante Murray. I was excited last year, and then the injury happened, and I was heartbroken. But he's a dog, man. He is a dog, and he has that. He's very, super competitive. You could see it. He wanted to be out there last year. Um, I'm excited to see what he's going to do. I honestly think he's going to be. I'm calling it now. If I'm wrong, I'm a little biased, but I think he's going to be first team all defense this year.
Okay.
And having him with Derek White has improved so much since last year. He's been working with Team USA and Coach and Pop in the summer. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people.
I think so.
And having both of them, just defensively, they're going to be like top notch. They're going to be up there. And they're going to they're going to blow out of people's minds.
Yeah, I agree too. I think we're going to see something special, out of this backcourt of DeJounte and Derek White out there. I'm excited to see that because potentially this is the future, of what the Spurs have been waiting for, the passing of the torch. Because let's face it, we have a LaMarcus Aldridge who's getting up there in age a little bit. He's probably got a couple more years in him. Will he remain a Spur? Who knows? He might decide to finish his career and go back home with the Blazers, or maybe he wants to stay here with the Spurs and finish out his career. And then we have DeMar DeRozan. He's also not 21 or 22 anymore, but he's still got a lot of game left in him. So, it's kind of now looking at the younger generation to start stepping up. And I actually believe that that's something that we're going to start to see this season. And, speaking of young, exciting players, what are your thoughts on Lonnie Walker, dude? Because all these Spurs fans go crazy over Lonnie. How are you feeling about him?
I love Lonnie Walker. I love him. I think that he would have played more last year if he wouldn't have gotten hurt. I feel like he has just this athleticism, this explosiveness that he brings to the team, and I'm excited. The guy, he's even got me at a loss for words. Look at that. The guy, he had some plays last year before the injury that we were just kind of like, man, how the hell did he do that? Or like, whoa, even in, I think there was one where he had the chance to dunk on somebody. I don't remember who it was, and then they ended up calling a foul or something. But the way that he got up off the ground, like, it was just like, damn.
It was against the Nuggets, man. I believe that's where they they showed him, like, everybody was in slow motion. They slowed the video down. Everybody was with their eyes big, looking at him like, wow, this dude's got some hops.
Yeah, even the Nuggets bench was kind of like, yo, what's up with this guy?
Yeah.
But I'm excited for what he's gonna do. He's really, from what I've read, from what I've heard, he's been working on his core a lot, his strength. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table, and hopefully he gets some. I know for sure he'll get some playing time, but it's just a matter of where he fits. And I have no doubt that he's gonna be successful in the league.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't either. I just want to see him get a little bit more playing time, just like all the other fans. But I got to ask you before we end this interview. Got to ask you the trying question here. Do you think this is going to be the year that Spurs fans finally get a throwback jersey? And I'm not just talking about a throwback like from the 80s, from the George Gervin era, the traditional silver and black, which is what I think we're going to get. But are we really going to get a retro throwback Fiesta colored jersey this season, or is it going to be more of the same, you think?
I don't think we are.
You think it's going to be the camo? You think it's going to be the camo?
I hate to say it, but this city, we take pride in our military, and they do a lot for the city. And I think that's the way the Spurs have, when they had the opportunity to come out with a jersey, it was kind of that way. You do the camouflage, and you pay homage to our troops. So as much as I would love a Fiesta jersey or even the George Gervin one, I just don't see it happening, man. And I'll be honest, I don't like the camouflage. I hate it. I think it's dull. I think it's boring. But I would love for us to have something different. I think I mean I think everybody wants that.
Everybody does. It'd be cool because you see all these other teams in the NBA getting these retro throwback jerseys, and not only
Yeah,
just the jersey, but they're like having a throwback night, and that includes a retro court as well, which kind of adds to the whole ambiance, man. And that's what Spurs fans are wanting. They're kind of wanting that Alamo Dome court. They're wanting their Fiesta colors, and then you have the other fans that are very traditional and say, that's a thing of the past. Let's just hang on to the
yeah,
silver and black. To me, the compromise between the two, if the Spurs don't want to go and give the fans, that Fiesta colored court and the Fiesta colors, they want to stay away from that. I'm fine with just a retro throwback from the 80s with the George Gervin, kind of the writing on the chest, it says San Antonio with the silver and black. I think that's still dope. I'd rock that jersey if they had it available for retro night, and I'd be happy with it, because it's something
I mean,
different.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I would love to see the old school uniforms. You got some tube socks on, those high white socks
You would rock the tube
on the
socks,
court,
Gil?
man. I would. I
You
mean,
would you
I
also
don't have
rock the booty
I don't.
shorts? I gotta ask, would you rock the booty shorts and the
I
tube socks?
I got the booty for it, so that's for sure.
Damn.
But no, man, like I would love to see something different. I'm tired of the same old camouflage jerseys. Also, they're ugly. They don't look good.
True that.
They
Somebody
don't
tried to
look
put
good at all.
together like a camo jersey, but kind of throw the Fiesta colors in there as well. And really, bro, it looked like Fruity Pebbles, man. So
I believe. I
I was
believe that.
I was like, no, man, let's not do that. Just if they're gonna go camo, just go with the traditional camo. Don't try to put the Fiesta colors in there because the damn thing's just gonna look like Fruity Pebbles. A bowl of Fruity Pebbles. When you put the milk in there and it
Yeah.
starts to get soggy, that's basically what it kind of looked like. So I was like, I
Oh
could do
man.
without it, man. So definitely not, man. Hey, so let me ask you one last question before we end the interview, man. You played
You
NBA.
can ask me as many questions as you want, man.
Yeah, man. You played NBA
The what?
Jam, right? You played NBA Jam,
I
the old
did.
school.
I did. I did.
What player was your
Sure
go-to
did.
man in NBA Jam back in the day, dude? The tournament edition.
Oh man. I would.
What Spur
I
should
would
I say?
always.
What Spur?
Oh man, I would always do the Dennis Rodman Robinson duo when I was a Spurs.
I would do that
Because
too,
I
man.
want to say, and the reason why is because I want to say that when you were the Spurs and you had Rodman, you could change the color of his hair.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was always like, oh, I'm gonna go with red this time.
there you go, man.
But it was just it was fun. I was a kid and it was different. So
Yeah, you got to get up on the new one, man. They released a new one recently, that NBA Jam 2K20 with the updated rosters. So if you need it,
oh, they
dude, I'll
did.
hook you up. I'll hook you up, man.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need to get me. I had a Super Nintendo. I don't have it anymore, but I did have NBA Jam on that one. But the 2K, I need to get me an Xbox or something. I have no consoles.
Yeah, no, man, you can do this one like on an emulator, like on a computer, or probably even on your
Oh,
phone.
okay, okay,
So
right on.
yeah, I'll talk to you afterwards, man, and I can get you the file. That's not a problem.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, man. So before we go ahead and finally end this interview, man, again, go
Yeah.
ahead and shout yourself out. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to? Where can people follow you on social media, man?
Yeah, yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at Gilded Thrill. It's Gill T. Is it? Yeah, TheThrill. I had to use three L's. Gilded Thrill because somebody else already had it. And then the same on Instagram. I'm gonna actually update it. And then, I mean, if you want to friend request me on Facebook, I'm more than happy to. You just find me at Gil Rodriguez. I want to say we're friends on Facebook, so if anyone wants to reach out, hang out, let me know.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And
You're good. You're a cool dude to hang out with, man. Have a beer with me. Just have fun and watch
we
the
haven't
game.
actually had we haven't actually had a chance to hang out, but I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to having a beer with you. So, yeah, man, let me know when the season starts. I'm actually gonna I'm trying to look into that new thing that came out, the subscription thing,
Oh
the
yeah,
$49.
I
I mean,
saw
it
that.
sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, it's like up to
Yeah,
6
it sounds
games, I
like a good
believe,
deal.
something like that. You can see every month,
Yeah,
and then you actually get an actual seat. It's going to be in the nosebleed, but for $50 a month, I mean, you really can't complain about that. You got a seat.
yeah,
So,
and then I also I think you could upgrade it too
oh yeah, you
once you have
can.
the seat. Yeah,
Yeah, like if you have a game you really want to get a real good seat for, you can use the
yeah,
app and you can pay the extra cash, and they'll seat you in the lower level if that's what you want. So that's always a plus.
yeah.
So definitely,
Yeah,
man.
I'm trying to go to the Pelicans game.
The preseason or the regular season?
A regular season. I want to see the young Pelicans and see how they do against
Yeah.
our guys.
Get a first look at Zion. I'm gonna try to get a first look at Zion during the preseason, man. I want to see if they're gonna play him when the Spurs play the Pelicans here. So I'm gonna definitely go to
That'd be
that and
cool.
check it out. See if he's out there. I know he's probably not gonna be full force, but I still want to see what these young guys look like, because the Pelicans ain't no slouch this season. They got some talent.
Nah.
They got some talent. So that's a team you
Yeah.
definitely got to keep an eye on. So I'm looking to see what Zion's gonna thrill us with. Much like LeBron did when he first entered the league. So I'm anxious,
Man,
dude.
I really hope what's Jakob Pertl. I hope Zion does not posterize that man. I really hope not.
Oh man.
Why is that always? It feels like all our centers at some point have gotten posterized, like Splitter, Alberto.
Yeah.
I'm
Even
hoping it doesn't
Drazen,
happen to
dude. What's
Pertl.
not Drazen? What's the guy's name? Oh, not
Rasho,
Rasho, yeah. The schoolboy.
Nesterovic,
The schoolboy, yeah. He had that schoolboy look to him, man.
Rasho Nesterovic.
Yeah, Rasho, man.
Man, hey, he won a ring though, so
He did, man, but he got posterized a
he got
number of
himself
times,
a
dude.
ring.
I remember KD
Yeah.
going off on that boy, man.
Dude.
Kevin Durant, he posterized him, dude. I remember that. So, yeah.
Oh man.
Let's not remember that. And the other guy, what was his name? Will Perdue. He got posterized too.
Oh, Will Perdue got posterized religiously. That was like his thing.
Oh yeah, dude. He was a champion though, didn't he? Win a championship with us? I remember, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he won with us, and then he won with the Bulls too.
Yeah. There you go.
Man, I don't know. I just hope that we at some point find a center that can handle his own and kind of rough some guys up a little bit. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. It feels like we always have these soft centers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta get somebody that's got a little nasty to him. Like Coach Pop says.
Yeah.
They
I feel
get
like
somebody like that.
Like even Dave didn't. I mean, as much as I love David Robinson, I don't think he had that in him. He didn't like. We needed that like enforcer type. Well, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long while, man.
I can't think of one. I can't even think of one.
Remember, we had some enforcers. I don't know, they were centers, but we remember Robert Ory, dude, and we had Steven Jackson. We had Mario Elie.
Oh yeah,
Kevin Willis.
Yeah.
You know? So we had some junkyard dogs on the team, man. I think that's what we're kind of missing. We're missing that grit, So they need to get a player that
we need
brings
that. We need that Antoine Carr.
Yeah, the big dog, Antoine Carr, man. See, Gil knows
NWO member.
Yeah, see, you know your Spurs history, man. A lot of these younger fans, they don't know about that era. They don't even know who Frank Burkowski was. They don't know that, dude. They don't know about Terry Cummings.
No.
They don't know about Dell Ellis. They don't know about Chuck Person.
J.R. Reed.
J.R. Reed. Hey, man. J.R. Reed was a decent player, dude, back in the day, man, when the Spurs picked him up.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he was solid, dude. He was a rookie sensation, too. I remember that when he first entered the league. He was with the Charlotte Hornets. So, yeah, man, he was a good player, dude. He stayed with us for a couple of years before I believe he winded up getting picked up by another team due to free agency. So, yeah, I remember him. Those were the days that the Spurs were growing, Those were in the late 80s, early 90s era, where the Spurs were getting trounced. In the first round, they lost some heartbreaking games, against the Trailblazers and against the Golden State Warriors. I remember them getting bounced in the first year where they had David Robinson. We expect them to go far. And unfortunately, they just Sarunas Marciulionis and Chris Mullins and, Tim Hardaway had other plans for us. So didn't end well.
Yeah.
Didn't end well for us, man.
Yeah, and then the one year that we were supposed to, the one year that's when we ran into the Rockets and
Oh
the
man,
Admiral. Oh man,
Hakeem the Dream Shake, dude, the Dream Shake.
just made him look silly. Poor
Yeah,
Dave.
that was the Spurs were the number one overall seed in the NBA that season as well, and man, the
Yeah,
Rockets put it on them, dude. So good, there's nothing you can say. They beat us up, straight up. So the better team won, man. They embarrassed
yeah.
Spurs. They humbled them,
I was like 10 years old, I think.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. That was way back, dude. That was way back. But I want to go ahead and say one thing, dude. I appreciate you coming out. We had a great
Yeah,
interview,
no doubt,
man.
no doubt.
We got to do this again. I'm going to be, you're not just, interviewing you, of course, but I'm going to be doing the rounds with some other fans around town as well, kind of showcasing some of these fans, and making it all about you, because without the fan support and without these listeners,
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't have a success that I've had. So it's all about you guys, and I'm here to showcase that. So want to say thank you, man. Enjoyed having you on the show, Gil, and we're going to have to do it again real soon. We'll bring you on and have you as a guest, and yeah, we got to hang out and have a beer soon,
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on, and I will definitely next season, you and Crystal are out there dancing during the winning streak. Y'all give me a call,
Dude, we'll give you a call, but I'm gonna have to have a better showing than I did. I was just being silly, man, but I'm gonna have to maybe lose some weight or something, dude, so I can get some moves. It's on the hips, right? Got to move the hips. As long as nobody's rocking booty shorts, dude, we'll be all right.
Nah, I think we'll be good. And don't invite the Fiesta Sucia either.
Oh man, no, dude. Somebody be out there rocking booty shorts and tube socks, and I'm talking about a guy. I'd be like, damn, bro, no.
Oh man.
All right, man. So we'll go ahead and end the episode on that talk right there. So for Gil Rodriguez, I'm Joe Garcia. Thank you for tuning in and listening to another episode of the Two Shots Podcast. And like we always say, spread the love, stop the hate, be kind. We're out. Peace. All right, man. Let me go ahead and hit stop here.